This here is my Viair 400p air compressor that I've used for the last 5 years to fill up all of my tires when I go off-roading. This air compressor has worked great for me, but as you can see, there's a couple things wrong with it. First, the air filter has seemed to snap off over time, and I could buy a new piece, but Second would be the air chuck that connects to the valve stem is nearly impossible to tighten down. It takes the hands of Zeus to get this thing to sit on the valve stem. But one thing I can say though is that it has never let me down. Even though it only puts out 2.30 cubic feet per minute, it has worked every time I have needed it. But today, it's time for a change. If I could only tell you the amount of times people have been waiting for me to finish airing up before we leave because my Viair 400p is way too slow for my 37-inch tires. I do love this, it does work great, but it's time for something else. Let's take a look inside of this thing and see what we got. Airlines, attachments, if you want to blow up different things, and then we're going to have the compressor. Holy monster. Height-wise, it is pretty easy to tell that the Smittybilt comes in a lot taller by a lot bigger. Now, I've had this Viair for 5 years, and I know it's well built because I put it through hell and back. But I'll be honest here, this Smittybilt feels really, really good to me. The weight of it feels great. The construction, the grab handle being actual metal instead of this foam thing, feels very good to me. I'm pretty used to the Viair airline, and it's black, it's nice. I know the gauge is off by 8 psi, probably just like the Smittybilt will be, and I know the air chuck's a pain in the butt. But whoever picked this neon yellow for the Smittybilt one, not exactly sure what you were thinking there, but we'll make it work. The proprietary fittings are going to be a pain, and I'll make sure to change those out in the future, but for stock comparison, we'll test it and see how it does. Good on Smittybilt for using quick disconnects though. I just wish that they weren't proprietary. So yeah, that's nice. It's kind of fun to play with. Ooh, I'm gonna break it. Okay, one more time. Okay. Duty cycles and run times. So with the Smittybilt, it says that it runs for 40 minutes at 40 psi at 75 degrees at 5.65 CFM. And then the 400p says that the duty cycle is 33% at 100 psi. Yikes. It is dirty. I don't think it's considered cheating that I don't have the air filter on here, so just know that. But I'm not going to put it on because it's broken. So yeah. But let's go ahead, hook this up, deflate the tire to 10 psi, and then get this thing rolling. Alright, I have 10 psi on the gauge. We're going to use this just because the tire is literally flat. So I'm going to stop here and I'll check what it is in the truck so we can have the actual number. These gauges are never too accurate, so that's something to keep in mind. And I don't use the deflate on either of the compressors, so I'm not going to be testing that. Never used it, never will. I'll stick to my deflate tool. In the truck we have 11 psi, so we're going to run with that number and we're going to fill it up to 50 psi. Alright, let's see how long it takes to get to 50 from 10 psi. Na na na. We're at 5 minutes. You gotta be 8 minutes, Viair. Come on. It's so close. Okay, done. 7 minutes, 58 seconds. Almost 8 minutes to go 40 PSI. That is crazy. No wonder why I can fill up all my tires and everybody's done making a sandwich ready to go and I'm still sitting there waiting for my tires to fill up. So let's unhook this, bring over the Smittybilt and see how it does. So I have it set to 10 PSI, just a tiny bit under. It was exactly like the last one was set, so I'm gonna go check the gauge inside, make sure that it is as close to what it was before, which was 11, and make sure that we have an accurate comparison. The gauge inside is saying 9. I'm just gonna take it, honestly, because I guarantee it's almost the same as the last one was. The threshold for these are so little, so I could have aired down just a tiny bit more the last time and it would have been 9 too. So we're just gonna go from here. All right, same thing. Negative and positive. Oh my God. Okay. All right, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So this Smittybilt is a total of 2 minutes and 30 seconds almost faster than the Viair is. And if that doesn't sound like a lot per tire, imagine times 2, times 3, times 4. It's a pretty big difference. So yes, the Smittybilt is way faster than the Viair is. Alright, so we're back inside, and I have both of them on the bench, and we got to see the performance test. 7 minutes, 58 seconds by the time I hit the stopwatch to end. 5 minutes, 32 seconds. It's clear that this is faster. It's the clear winner. It puts out more cubic feet per minute. It works better. That's the truth of it. The Viair, however, I've had for 5 years. I have put this thing through heck and hell. And all that's really broken is this, and it was caused by me, and I'm pretty sure you could buy another one of these and continue running it. I've never changed an air filter on this thing. I've never done anything other than just use it. So even though this valve air chuck kind of sucks, it's never let me down. And that's the good thing about it. So if you have 31s, 32s, 33s, the 400p is good. I'm not going to say it's bad in any way. I love it. I've used it forever. The Smittybilt, however, this is perfect if you have 35s, 37s, 38s. These are just a really, really good air compressor for what it is. And price-wise, it is cheaper than the Viair. So I don't know why people would buy the Viair if they run 35s or 37s when they could buy the Smittybilt. Other than these fittings. My only complaint is these. But honestly, it's not that bad. People are hating on them. I mean, it works, right? So, like, it quick disconnects together, quick disconnects. I don't know. It works just fine. So, could you change it out to different, air chucks or something like that? Yeah, sure. Totally can. One thing I gotta mention about this Smittybilt is that the bag is much larger than the Viair. I really have no problem fitting this air compressor inside of the bag, as well as everything that it comes with. It seems like they decided to leave an extra room in the bag so you can fit everything that you need without really having to shove it in or just not being able to zip up the bag. With the Viair, it might be a little bit different of a story. Now, yeah, sure, I've had this one for quite some time, but the compressor fits in fine as well as the cables, but this front pocket to fit the long hose as well as the air chuck and the piece that connects into the compressor itself, it doesn't fit that great. And again, the zipper's broke, and that's normal, but I just use the buckles now and all is well. Just saying though, I think I'm going to stick to using this Smittybilt for my truck with 37s from now on, and this Viair is going to stay at home, or I'll gift it to the person who got me the Smittybilt in the first place. Also, I want to mention 3 more things. First, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I would appreciate it. 2, if you didn't like this video already, like this video because it really helps me out. And number 3, all the links to purchase these 2 are in the description, so check that out. You could buy it through me and I get a small commission and I go straight back into this YouTube channel for a gimbal so I can stop filming handheld and shaking, because I would love a gimbal. It would be awesome. Or a new computer, since my computer literally blew up. I would love a new computer. So yeah, help me out. Thank you. I appreciate it.